Hello, I am Cindy from Cindy's Creative Cards, and I am so excited to be here tonight, and I hope that you are as well. I'm ready to show you some really cool cards made with Wash in Beauty designer series paper. You can make some really quick, um, lovely, gorgeous cards by using this paper. So I want to show you what I have here. Let me see if I can lower this just a tad so you can see a little bit better maybe what I have for you. Okay, this is the first one. It is, like I said, made with this designer series paper that I just cut apart. I adhered it to this polished pink cardstock, put my sentiment, embellished it with a flower that I punched out, or I actually die cut it from the designer series paper. And then I added some little brass butterflies and a cinnamon. Of course, I decorated my envelope, and each of the envelopes are the same. But here's another one. And again, I think these little brass butterflies are what really makes it special. And here we go once more. So we're going to do this today, and I'm going to show you how you can create these gorgeous cards in just a few minutes. So let's get started. By the way, today is March the 1st. It's 2023. And celebration ended yesterday, and I am so sad. But there are so many new things that are coming out. And in fact, there's some exclusive online items that will be available that you need to be getting ready for. It will be in a special place, I think, on um, the website. So look for that. In our catalog today, I wanted to show you, I'm going back to the annual catalog, and these things are available. I've checked them out. Here on page 131 is your Wash in Beauty DSP. Has all these lovely papers in it. And as you can see, this is what I have left of that one sheet. And on the back is that beautiful petal pink. And this is the sheet that you punch or not punch. You die cut the different parts of the flower to make the embellishments. And this is the other side of that. Now, here's this green that I put on my envelopes. And here's this paper again. There are so many pretty papers here. I think I might better. This one I love. I absolutely think that is so pretty. And the back is blue. And then you have this one. That would be really pretty on rich raspberry. And then this one. Okay. So what we're working with tonight, though, is, let's see if I can pull. I don't think I can get it all back in here. I think I'm going to have to give that up. Yeah, well, maybe so. I've got bits and pieces. But we're going to be working with this sheet where you can cut out or die cut these flowers to embellish. And I've got just enough left here, I think, to do 4 cards. So we're going to try and see if that works. Now, I'm using polished pink cardstock, 8.5 by 11. And then I'm going to be using the dies that go with this True Beauty stamp set. I'm going to lift this back up just a little bit. It's Organic Beauty dies. And it has this beautiful trellis here. And here are the different dies that will cut out each of these beautiful flowers and leaves and such on this page. All of these dies cut out these things. So they definitely planned this well. And then you have your stamp set, of course, where you can also stamp all of these things. Then I'm going to be using Peaceful Moments, which happens to be on page 29 right here of our annual catalog. I'm going to be using possibly, I think, this sentiment on Cottage Rose, the Cottage Rose stamp set, which is on page 57 right here. And it comes in this beautiful, sweet Abigail Rose. Let me slide this over so you can see. And that is on page 57. And I'm going to be using these brass butterflies. And they're in the embellishment section. That may be the one thing that I did not look up. But they are in the catalog. I possibly may be using some of the baker's twine, the white. And they come in packs of 3. Now, I do not think that these are the 3 that came together, nor these 3 that came together. But it's baker's twine. And that is on right here, page 146, right down here at the bottom. Now, on the next page, they also have this variegated baker's twine, and on the page underneath they have this Simply Elegant trim, which looks like foiled twine, and this is linen right here. Except I'm only going to be using the white in this. I just wanted to show you the other options that there were in the catalog. Now, as far as the embellishments, let's go back a few pages. Let's see where our brass butterflies are right here on page 142, number 3. And I think maybe that is all of those things. And then for the sentiments, I may be using, this is the, oh my goodness, Label Me Lovely, I think. It is, yes, right here. It's on page 153, down at the bottom. I have one that is the size of this, which is Label Me Fancy. And then I'm probably going to be using this for the narrow strips, which has the different decorative ends. And that is right here, Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch, which is on page 152, opposite of the Label Me Lovely and the Label Me Fancy. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to show you how easy and fast this can go. Now, I haven't done this in a while, and I didn't want to practice today because I didn't want to use up what little paper I had left. But I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. I do want to, however, measure what we have here. And we have 8 inches. So we'll be cutting this in half at 4. Now, that should work perfectly. And then our cards are 5 1/2. So we're going to do this at 5 1/4. We're not going to put anything underneath them as far as matting, because we really don't need that. Okay, that's the second one. Here we go, 5 1/4. And this one, 5 1/4. Okay, now we have our DSP ready. And I'm going to move these little white pieces that are left over to the side. I'm going to bring in my polished pink cardstock, and we're going to need 2 sheets. We're going to cut this in half at 5 1/2. We're going to score it as we normally do when making a card at 4 1/4. So we have one. We will do 4 1/4 here. Now, I didn't do this ahead of time because I wanted you to see how quick this would be. And making one, if you were in a hurry, you could do in a flash. Okay, 4 1/4. Three. And now here's our 4th one. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to quickly just make sure that these are creased well, so they will lay down flat. Now, if you see that you're getting a shiny spot wherever you put your bone folder, put a sheet of paper over this and then do it. And then you will reduce that. In fact, you shouldn't have it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get out our tape runner. And I am just going to run tape on the back. I'm going to do it. Okay. Well, you know, that's always my luck. So I'm going to put the first one down. Okay. We're going to do the second one. This could have been one of those where you time it and you say 4 and, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe? 30 minutes, 4 and 30. And even though it looks very much alike, these are different because the pattern of the flowers and the way they're positioned are different as you go across the paper. Now, this would make a lovely set to give as a gift. Okay. And here is our fourth one. Okay, so you can see they're all just, that one's very much alike, but they're all just a little bit different. Okay, so now we're ready to do our sentiments. So I have some scrap pieces of white cardstock, basic white cardstock, and I thought that I would go ahead and stamp all of these. And look at this. This is, is that the right one? Yes, I think it is. This is the one I wanted. You are positively the greatest. So now this is going to take a little bit of time away from the actual making of the card, but I don't think it will make much of a difference. So I'm going to pull this off and take off the backing. Then you have to turn this. Let's see, it's going to go like this. All right, I normally get one side lined up and then just lay the other one down. Okay, so now we're ready for our, and I think this one will work. Okay. Now, after having done these, I'm thinking that this color is the one that I really like the best because it stood out, and I did it with 3. So let's get Rich Razzleberry. So Rich Razzleberry is the color we're going to use for our sentiments. Slide this to the side. Now, this is a new rubber stamp, and it still has some of the residue from the from what they used making it in the factory. So what I'm doing is just rubbing my finger over it to get rid of some of that. And you can also just rub it on your shirt, and it'll take some of that off. Okay, so let's see what we get. It's not bad. Let's try one more time. Okay, it's not picking up the ink as there. That looks good. You are positively the greatest. So I'm going to put that one to the side, and I'll come back and I will clean that a little bit later. So I'm going to put this over here. Then I'm going to go to my peaceful moments, and I'm going to take out the happy birthday. Turn this one over. This one's not very big. Okay. Okay, we've got happy birthday. I'm going to do thank you. And where is that? That's right here. Let's see. And that looks fairly straight. So I'm going to put it right underneath here. And I sort of got a double. There we go. And then that would be 1, 2, 3. Then I think I want to have congratulations. Let's see if it'll go on here. Yes, it should. And there's congratulations. Okay, I've got 4 of those. I'm going to have to slide off of there. Okay, I'm going to close up my ink. We'll put that to the side. Now, thank you. I think that we can use this Label Me Fancy, but I'm going to have to cut it down just a little bit to be able to do that. And I think I better do that with scissors. So I'm going to get out my paper snips. All right, let's see if I can get to it from here. So yes, that will work. I want to turn it where I can see. There. I have to do that one over again. Okay, thank you. That's a little bit squished. Okay, so we're going to redo thank you, because I don't want it that squished. Well, here's the thank you right here. No, can't use that one. It's looks like you have double vision on that one. So what we're going to do is use the Label Me wheel. It's just not picking up ink the way I want it to, which is probably why I should have my Stamparatus out. All right, let's try this. So I'm going to cut this in a strip right here. Righty. And I am going to get it the same width from the bottom as the top, hopefully. And this is not even. So I'm going to now put that like that, like this. It's really cutting it close there. However, I think we can do this and get it. Yep. Now let's see if this will work. So what we have to do is, this has 3 different levels of width, and this one's in between them. So I'm going to place it in the middle as best I can and slide it to the back. Okay, good. So then I'm going to cut this off, and actually I'm going to cut this one down again. And see if we can okay. That didn't work. It did, but it just didn't do it evenly. Well, that's not working either. So, we may end up having to do this again, which means it's not going to be as fast as I had hoped. Maybe we better use it just like that. And I can't even get it in there. Okay, let's see what we got here. This one, we'll try this. see if it will give us a little bit better. So I'm going to cut this and get hold of it. And I'm going to cut this off, say to about right here. And I'm going to cut that down. And then okay, so now let's see what we got. We go in there and it's in between. It's almost that. Okay, and let's push this down. It's hard getting it centered here. Okay, come on now. Look, it did it again. I wonder what's going on here. Maybe I needed to remove it, the paper underneath, before doing it the second time. Oh, that's a little bit better. So I really don't want to do that though, because it's not. I want it to do what it's supposed to do. That's what I want. Well, it's not doing it. I declare. All right. Well, I guess this is not going to be what we're using right now. Okay. We're just going to do this. And we are going to I know what we'll do. Okay. I've got out my chomper. And we'll do the corners with that. And even though it's not going to be fancy, but they'll be rounded a little bit. Okay. So we're going to put this on. It's going to be right in here. Oh my goodness. All right, we got our sentiment. We're going to get our flower. Okay, so the flower that I want to use is going to be this one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my paper cutter over to the side. Let's get all of this off of it. Well, without all these little hiccups, you can see how fast this would be. Like I said, I didn't practice this afternoon because I didn't want to use my paper, but I really probably should have considered checking out those sentiments a little bit better. Now, here is the mini Stamp and Cut emboss machine, and we are going to be using it. Now, it works best if you've got it on a silicone mat or at least somewhere where it's going to hold it steady and not let it slip and slide. So I have got my plates. Here's the first plate, number 1. Here's number 2. And then this will be, that's for embossing. So then you're just going to use the second plate like this. So I'm going to put it in right here so you can see. I'm going to get out the flower die right here. And I'm also going to use this one for the leaves. Okay, so I'm going to take those out. And I'm going to have to cut this paper down just a tad. So let me do that, because we can use that one right there actually. And I'm going to try to get where I can, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this, like I said, once again, with scissors, because I do not want to cut into the other images, and that would prevent me from using it. All right, so here we go. Just have to find how it is positioned, and that may be it right there. Now, I use surgical tape. A lot of people use washi tape, but I use the surgical tape. It's paper tape, and if you're careful, it will not stick. So I'm going to place that right there, and I'm just going to put that little tape right there. I am going to then stack it up. Now, there's a little trick. When you're putting this into your machine, if you can sort of offset it just a tad, like put this a little bit behind, or actually a little bit in front sometimes works better. But when you put it in the machine here, don't put it straight in, sort of do it at a little bit of an angle. You got enough room where you can do that, and then it will catch and go right through. Other times, if you don't do that, it is going to just hang up and you cannot get it to go. So here we go. We've got this flower. I'm going to lay it right there. And I'm going to put this die right over here. And then I'm going to cut right here, because I want that. I want that right there. And I've never used a piece of paper this small in die cutter. So we're going to see how that works. But before I do that, I'm going to pick up my die, if I can get hold of it. And I'm going to put it where it needs to be. Now, that tape that I used a while ago, I'm just going to use the same tape. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm sort of going to angle it. And here we go. Right on through. I love this little machine. It is a workhorse, and it cuts just as well as the large one. It's just that it doesn't cut the bigger ones. This one only has like a 3.5 inch opening here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side for the moment. Put this to the side for the moment. Where did I? There it is, right there. Okay, so here's our card, our sentiment, and here is the flower that I wanted to put beside it. Now, I don't necessarily need both of those, but I could use it. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to put this down, glue this down, and then pop this up with dimensionals. So I want to even this up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on the back of this. Your multi-purpose glue works well for this just as well. It's just that multi-purpose glue and I just don't have a good relationship. I'm going to put it right here. It gets on my hands, and my hands, I have I guess a skin disorder, if you want to put it that way. And that glue makes my hands crack and bleed. So I use art glitter glue. So I'm going to put this on the back. I think 2 should do it. And I'm going to put this, say like that. And then we can slide these leaves right up underneath there, like that. Okay, I need my glue for that. So I'm going to put glue here. And I'm going to slide those leaves right up underneath there like that. Okay, now we need our little brass butterflies. And I have a pack that I have been using, so we're going to continue to use it. And this is a trick that one of my demonstrator friends, Sue, taught me, is to cut the side down right here, and you can slide this in and out without dealing with that top. Okay, I'm going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to scoop up one of those butterflies, and I'm going to put one here. And I'm going to use the rule of 3. And I'm going to put 2 more, maybe one here. And I think I'd like it down here. Alrighty, so there we go. We have a lovely card, all finished. So then let's move on to the next one. I'll just pull one out. So here's this one. We want to do our sentiment. And we've already got these. If I can get this up. It just doesn't want to come up. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do happy birthday. And if I can find, here it is, my punch. I think that this will work just fine. All right. So happy birthday. I'll glue that down. First of all, let's go ahead and punch our flower out. Not punch, but die cut. So I'm going to slide this over to the side here. And this one will go over to the side. Put my glue over here. And I'll bring this in, and we are going to, let's see. I think we need to use the same one. And I am going to keep that like that. That leaf right there could be used. So here's this one. And then as far as our leaves are concerned, I think I'll do this and we can cut it apart. Okay. So once again, I'm going to take my die, and I'm going to find the right, and I think that's it. Right there. I need my plates. Right here they are. I'll put it right here. Okay. Don't know what happened to that surgical tape, that piece of tape. Nor do I know where the roll is because I have such a mess. Here it is. Right there. So I'm going to put these right over here. I'm going to take my tape. You can use this tape over and over. I normally just take it right off of whatever I'm working on and just put it, stick it to the side of my workbench actually. Okay. So slide that in and put it sort of to the angle. There we go. All right. So we have this. And okay, I'm going to put it right here. And then what we can do is use this tape and go ahead and do our leaves. Okay, so here's this. Now, I need the dies. Where are the dies? Oh my gracious, what did I do with them? Well, they seem to have disappeared. Here's my paper. My cards. We've got a sentiment. We've got peaceful moments. Well, what happened to the... Oh dear. They're here, right here. All right, now we're going to pull out this one. And we're going to place it down, get it positioned just so. Use that tape, even though it's torn. Hold that. Okay. And here are the leaves. And while we're right here, see, no ink came off. We'll go ahead and we'll do this flower. Because we're probably going to be using this one too. Okay. And we go. Okay, so we've got this one ready to roll. I'll put it right there. Put my dies back over here. And I'm going to slide my embossing cup machine out of the way. Okay, that one's finished. So we'll bring this one back in. And we're going to glue this down. And by the way, don't do as I do and put this pin in your mouth. It's the fastest way for me to get it out. And then I get to looking for it, I can't find it, and it's in my mouth. Okay. Now, we're going to put the dimensionals on that. And this is the Stampin' Dimensionals. It's not the minis, it's the regulars. And I'm about used them up here. So, where is my other pad? Right here. So, I'm going to put one here and here. And 2 is all you really need for this. And then that gives you the space underneath for the leaves to be tucked in. Okay, so I don't want to put this whole thing down here like this. Although, if I had room here, it would work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clip this like that. And you're not going to see this end because it's going to be tucked up in here like that. So I'm going to put some glue on this, tuck it up in there. I'm going to cut this one off. And I'm going to put glue here. I think I'm just going to do it right here. Okay, and then we're going to get our butterflies. Put the one there. They don't want to come up. One here. And I turn them in different directions so it looks like they're really flying about. And I'm going to put one right up here. Let's see. Where do I'll just do them like that. Okay, the sticky part came off of him. So we're going to glue him. So I'm going to put some glue. Let's see if it's the other side that had the sticky. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there. And I'm going to pick it up. And bring it over. There. So we're finished with that one. Okay. Now we have this one. And you are positively the greatest. Let's see if I've got enough room here to get this. Just barely. We're going to glue this down. Right here. Alrighty. So now we can take Come on. This flower, we can put it right on there with dimensionals. Okay. Now this might be the one that would be good for the whole, for both leaves. We could use this one actually. Even though it's cut off right here at the top, I think we can still use that. So I'm going to put my dimensionals over here and my butterflies right here. I'm going to bring this machine back in. I am going to cut this. And I need my dies. So it's going to go like that. Okay, sometimes you just have to hold your mouth right. Alrighty, so here we're going to put our second plate on. Normally, we would have spent this time making one card, but tonight we are making 4, all because of this great paper. All right, we've got that cut off right there, but we can just sort of fashion this into a leaf. And I promise nobody's going to notice. And if that did bother you, then you could put a piece of paper like this, is some of that very same cardstock, and you could glue this part of the leaf to it like this. Okay, so that's where the glue stops, about right there. And then I'm just going to cut up and around. And now we have it. All right, so right here, I think because this is big, you can put, well, I need to slide it over just a little bit. Come on up, you can do it without creating too much of a havoc here. Slide you over, and then we'll slide this right up under like that. So it can just come down on the side. In fact, I think I'm going to cut this down just a tad. So this will go up underneath it. Like that. Okay. So we'll put and actually, I'm going to clip the end of this off. Okay. Now, oops, it went over the P. We have to change that. You have to just slide it a little bit. There. No problems. We have 3 butterflies here just waiting. One here. Did the sticky come off? Yep. So we're going to put a little bit of glue. Put this down right here. Putting a little glue on this probably is not such a bad idea anyway, because if you mail it, it will keep it from popping off. Most of the time, the glue is sticky enough and strong enough where there's not that much of an issue, but I have had these to come off. So there is your 3rd card. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. You are positively the greatest, and happy birthday. So maybe now the last one, we might do congratulations. And we did stamp it, but we had a little bit of a problem when we punched. So we're going to try this again. Let me clear off my space just a little bit so we can get to the stamping. I got stuff everywhere and I can't find anything. This is what normally happens when I am working. I get stuff spread out and it takes up my whole space. I think it would not matter how much space I had, I still would end up using every bit of it. Okay, so let's see. There's one I really like that, and we could use that one or this one with that. But there's not one this shape. So again, I like to use it. It just seems to be the perfect shape. So here's this. And then I am going to get these leaves right here. Okay, so those are the things that we're going to cut out with our die cutter. So I'm getting a plate ready right here. Let's get this paper out of here. I'm going to put down both this and this at the same time. Now, we got some, there it is. Okay, so here, is that it? There we go. Got just a little tiny piece of tape left here. Then I need to pull a little bit more off for the next one. And I'm going to get the leaves. Okay. Now, I'm so proud of my little cutter tonight. It has, now watch me do, oh, here it goes. Yay! It is just working away and not causing me any problems. Once you figure out the little tips and tricks to using this, it really is so easy, and it is just fantastic to have this little thing right here on your desk or your work table. So convenient. And when I first saw it, I thought, I do not need that. I have a big one. I don't see the point in getting it. But I finally decided I would, and I am so glad I did, because it just really makes things so much easier, and it just takes up no space. Look how little this is. And it's so cute. All right, so now I'm bringing this card in. We needed to do our sentiment, and I do need to bring my piercing mat in to when I'm stamping. And here's a piece of white cardstock, and I said that I would do congratulations. So I think it is already right here. So I'm going to we've run over just a little bit, but I started a little bit late. And that's sort of cattyonka, so I'm going to see if I can get it straight. Okay. Very good. Now, there are many different dies that you could use by going through your stamp sets. And some that have been retired that I truly love, like the seasonal labels. And there was another one right off. I cannot remember the name of it. But they were just great for just cutting out these decorative edges. But they are now retired, and I'm sure Stampin' Up! Will be coming out with some others that are just as great. Alrighty, now I think I've got this. I'm going to cut that little bit off right there. And we're going to try once again right here. I think the key to, whoa, that fits just great. The key is getting it to be the right. Oh dear. Okay. And put this one in, this end in. Okay. That didn't work out quite as well as I wanted it to, and I'm going to try one more time. And I'm going to cut this one down to about the same size. And try and do it straight. And we're going to try again. Okay, there's that one. And why does it do that? That is just puzzling. Well, right in the same spot. I really don't understand it. Okay, so what we'll have to do is just a straight edge. All right, let's get this out of the way. I'm going to be working with that, see if I can't figure out what in the world is going on with it. Okay, so we've got congratulations. I'll put this down. And of course, my glue is, the tip will dry over. And then you have to pull the glue off. And then it works like a charm. Okay, so I'm going to place that right there. Then I'm going to get my dimensionals, and I'm going to put 2 of them, as we did before. Put that there, and I'm going to, okay, I could just leave these, yeah, I'll do it like that. So I'm going to glue it like that. All right, so now we need our butterflies, and I'm going to have to go to my new pack. And it looks like I have used a few out of here. Okay, so, oh, we got big ones and small ones here. I'm going to put a big one here. Because we got such tight quarters, I'm going to put a small one here, right there. And then a bigger one. Do we want it down here? Nope. I think right there. Okay, there we go. Except that congratulations looks like it is a little bit crooked. Now, I was able to move that without any problem because it had not completely dried. Okay, there we go. Now, what you could even do is do like some Wink of Stella on the center of the flower, or even on the whole flower, to sort of make it sparkle and shine. But here we go. We have congratulations. And like I said, this will be a perfect set. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Thank you. You're positively the greatest. And aren't these beautiful? And really, we made 4 cards in the length of time, in the space of time that we normally are making 1. And of course, you can take your green paper and you can decorate your envelope like this. And it makes a lovely set. Okay. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this and that you learned something from it. Hello, Susan. I'm so glad that you're here. And I hope that you will get some of this wonderful paper and make some fast, quick, gorgeous cards like this, and even make a set as a gift. I've had fun being with you tonight, and I hope that if you gain something from it, that you can give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you'll know when I will have another video coming out. I do normally have lives on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. And for those 2 cards that I make where I have a tutorial, lots of times I will put that on my blog in my website. And my website is cindyscreativecards.com. And on my site, I also have my online store. I have some retired products in my store that you might be interested in. And also you have access to my Stampin' Up! Store. So there are a lot of things there to use and peruse. My calendar is there as well. So check that out. And also join me next week when we will be doing something else that's pretty nifty. And until then, dream, create, and share. Thank you. Goodbye.